Hey guys, Mr. Y here, of course, with the continuing saga of my rhythm levels. This is rhythm level 2, page 1, the tutorial. Okay. Again, as with always on these, if you need to stop and pause and write things in or do something again, please do it. Okay, I will give you pauses here and there to do that. If you haven't conquered a line, do not go on to the next line. This rhythm stuff is cumulative. If you don't understand something right now, it's only going to get worse later on. It's going to snowball. Okay, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you'll be really lost. So make sure you really conquer the fundamentals before you move on to something else. Okay, we're starting on rhythm level 2, line number 1. The new thing on rhythm level 2 is that we have eighth notes now. When you have eighth notes, you're still going to have the number beats in the measure. It's just that now sometimes the beats are not going to be just one quarter note or a half note or a dotted half note or whatever. They're going to be two parts to the beat. Sometimes when you have a pair of eighth notes, you have a first half and a second half to the beat. Okay, the first half is always going to be the number. As you can see here, we have 4 beats in this measure still, so there's still going to be those 4 numbers. But between each one of those, you're also going to have an and. The and is the second half of each one of the eighth notes. So the 1 will have an and, the 2 will have an and, the 3 will have an and the 4 will have an and in the first measure. Okay, that's what eighth notes look like, TTs, when you were in 3rd grade. Okay. Not really a very hard thing, but we do need to know how to count them now. So it's always going to be the whole number on the first half of the eighth notes, and then the and on the second half of the eighth notes. Later on, they're not always both going to be notes. Sometimes one of them or both of them are going to be a rest, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so on line number 1, you have just a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's pretty easy. Measure number 2, you have just 4 quarter notes. So you're just going to have the numbers there, just the whole numbers. You're not going to have the ands at all. Okay, there's just going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we do number 1 and number 2 together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. The quarter notes are twice as long as the eighth notes, of course. Or the eighth notes are twice as fast as the quarter notes, if you want to think about it that way. When we get to number 3, it's a little mixed up, but not really too much. On the first beat, you've got eighth notes, so it's going to be 1 and, the TT there. The second beat in this measure is just a quarter note, so it's just 2 all by itself. The third beat in this measure is 3 and, because it's a pair of eighth notes. And the fourth beat in the measure is just a quarter note, so 4. So measure number 3 would be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, or T-T-Ta, T-T-Ta, if you're in 2nd grade. Not hard, really. We're just learning how to count them now, okay? Number 4, it's kind of the opposite of number 3, really. We have a quarter note 1, then 2 eighth notes, 2 and. Quarter note is 3, and the 2 eighth notes is 4 and. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Whole line together, please. 1 through 4. 1, 2, ready, and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Not really very hard. If you need to do this one again, pause right now and do it a couple more times to get it really good. Remember, practicing is not once. Practicing is a whole bunch of times. And we don't practice to learn new things. We practice to get really, really good at things we already know. So if you're not really sure you know it, go back and practice it a couple more times. That's really the way to do this. Okay, second line down, measure 5 through 8, sorry. We have common time here. You can see the C time signature. That's the same as 4/4. You know that from before. Okay, not a big deal there. On measure number 5, we have 2 eighth notes on the first beat, so 1 and. Second beat is just a quarter note, so just 2. Third beat is just a quarter note, so it's just 3. And the fourth beat is 2 eighth notes, so 4 and. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and. Okay. Number 6, quarter note 1, 2 eighth notes, 2 and, 2 eighth notes, 3 and then 4 all by itself. Okay, so the whole measure 6. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Do 5 and 6 together, please. 2, ready, and. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, look at 7 and 8, write them in. Pause if you need to. Okay, here's your answers. Number 7, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. And then number 8, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, the whole line, please. Number 9. Sorry, number 5, the whole line. 1, 2, ready, and. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Not very hard, really. Okay, now line number 9. You'll notice we have 5, 4 here, so watch your time signature. Pause here 1 minute, write them all in, and then we'll check our work. Go ahead and pause for a sec. When you're ready to check your work, turn the video back on. Okay, number 9, we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Number 10, we have 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and. Number 11, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. And number 12, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. If you got anything wrong there, go back and check your work and figure out where you went wrong. Okay, all of line number 9, please, all the way across. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, again, pause if you need to do it again. We're going on though to 13. 13 now is a little different because remember there are rests on 13. So I would like you to write in 13, please. And then we'll check your work. Remember, when you have a rest, it's going to be parentheses. That's the key. Okay, pause the video here. Go ahead and write it in. Okay, line number 13 in 6-4. Measure number 13 should be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. The rest is on 6, so the parentheses are around the 6. Okay, number 14, we have 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the parentheses are around 3 in this case. It's the rest on 3. Number 15, we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 rests in this one. Parentheses around the 3 and also around the 5. And then 16, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Parentheses around the 2 for a rest and around the 6 for a rest. Okay, do the whole line, please. 13. Remember, when you do a rest, guys, make your hands go apart like this. Don't just, do nothing. Make your hands do something. That helps you keep your place. 13, all the way across. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Easy, right? Okay, let's look at the last couple lines. 17, we'll do it all the way across. Pause and take a minute to look at it. There are half rests in this one, so be careful. You don't have to write this one in. See if you can do it without the training wheels. Just keep in mind the half rests are worth 2, right? 2 counts of rest. There are a couple of them here, so be careful. Okay, 17 all the way across. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 21 all the way across. The last 2 lines are in common time, so 4, 4. We're back to 4, 4. Let's see if we can do 21 all the way to the end of the page. Okay, remember, back it up and do it again if you need to. 21, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and. Okay, if you got confused on any of that, go back and do it again. Practice it again. Figure out where you made your mistake. Okay, doesn't pay to go on to the next level unless you've mastered this level. Okay, remember that, please. Okay, good luck.